Hello, all my magical earth beings. I am Libby Logic, your host, favorite empowerment witch, and your main bitch. I am here to provide you with the inspiration to harness your inner power in order to create the reality of your dreams. My passion and intention with this podcast is to ignite a fire in your soul so that you crave to expose the confidence and magic that has always been within you. Let us discover your inspired direction, and together we can transform the BS rhetoric that you are a limited soul and that there is only one way to success. You are an unlimited being with unlimited potential. If you are ready to uncover your inner witch and create from a space of inspiration and empowerment, you have come to the right place. Let's jump right into the episode. And remember, everything you hear today came straight from the witch's mouth. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Straight from the Witch's Mouth. I almost said welcome back to Libby Logic, but that's my name. So I am your host, Libby Logic, or Olivia. And I am dedicated to empowering, inspiring entrepreneurs out there or new entrepreneurs out there who are struggling to find their confidence, struggling to find their inner power, struggling to find their voice. And I am helping them really take flight in their business, take flight within themselves, and step into the reality of their dreams. And I have such a good episode for you guys today. I'm so excited. It's been a while since I filmed a podcast video, but things have been kind of crazy on my side of this planet in my little humble abode. We put in sprinklers the last 3 weekends. We've been working on putting in sprinklers at my mom's house. Oh my goodness, I'm having such a hard time articulating my words right now. But yes, the last 3 or 4 weekends we've been working on putting sprinklers in, and then I've had family in town, and my aunt is in town and all of her kids, and it's kind of hard to record anything when you have 4 12 to 14-year-old boys running around the house being loud, playing with Nerf guns. So I am so excited to have the house to myself today. It's quiet, so I shouldn't have any background noise, any distraction. And I'm so excited to be filming another podcast episode. So let's hop right into it. This podcast episode is called One of the Fastest Ways to Build Confidence and Inner Trust. Now, this method is something that's really close to my heart because it has worked for me. It has worked for me. It's worked with a lot of people close to me. Some of my clients have tried this, family, friends. I have passed this wisdom on to, or they have passed wisdom to me, and we have really nailed this system of building confidence, building inner trust. And I think these two subjects really go hand in hand, confidence and inner trust, right? If you can find it within you to trust yourself, to trust your mind, to trust your body, to trust your spirit, to trust your intuition, to know what it needs, know that you know what your body needs, that you know what your mind needs, that you know what decisions are going to be good for you and what situations you don't want to be put in. Like I said, if you can learn to trust yourself, I feel like the confidence naturally will come along with it. So what I am going to be talking about today is healthy habit building. I feel like building healthy habits is something that is talked about a lot, but it's not taken seriously enough. And even the smallest habits, they domino effect into bigger habits and bigger habits and bigger habits, and soon they become just your capabilities and your new identity and your belief system, and it can really transform you. It can transform the way you think about yourself. It can transform your self-trust, right? the more you can commit to a habit or commit to a goal and follow through with it, the more you will trust yourself to be able to commit to a goal and follow through with it, right? The more likely you will be to have that little light bulb go off in your head and actually take action on it, because you trust yourself to be able to follow through with it, commit to it, and finish it. We all start goals, we all start habits, right? We all have New Year's resolutions, or it's a new month and you list 10 different habits or goals that you want to accomplish that month, and we don't end up finishing any of it, right? I know this so well because I have been there. Trust me, you guys, I have done this. A new month has started, a new year has started, a new week will start, and I will write down like 20 different things. Crazy, right? That's like an astronomical amount of things to get done in a week, especially if you're in a low space in your life, if you're kind of in one of those down spaces, which is usually when we take abrupt action like this, is when we are in those spaces of feeling like shit, when we are in those spaces of being depressed, when we are in those spaces of anxiety, is when we take that abrupt action. We wake up in the morning, it's a new week, new month, whatever, and we list down 20, 30 different things that we want to get done in the week or in the month. And it's astronomical in context, because what if you don't even have enough energy to wake up in the morning, right? What if you don't even have enough energy to get out of bed and drink water for the day, and instead you want to grab just an energy drink or a coffee because you just need the energy, you need the caffeine, you don't even have it in you to live. And so who is going to, if you don't even have it in you to live, if you don't even have it in you to wake up in the morning, right? You're not going to do those 20 things that you put on your to-do list and plan for, because you're not even in the space to live for the day. And I say this so nonchalantly because I know that it's a lot more common than people want to admit. It's a lot more common than people feel comfortable with, that we wake up with no energy, no motivation, and just feel like ass. I've been there, I know what it feels like, and I want to help you get out of that cycle. I want to help you get out of that abrupt action that is setting you up for failure. When you take that quick action, when you take that action out of fear, action out of needing to, right? When you say, I need to do this, I need to do this, I need to do this. Every single time you say, I need to do something, the pressure is just getting harder and harder and harder on your shoulders, and you're never gonna do any of it because you're already so stressed in the first place. So I want to give you guys step by step what to do, or what I do, the best methods that I have came up with, so you can be successful in this, so you can successfully build healthy habits sustainably and follow through with them. So I've narrowed this down to 4 steps. The very first step is to really magnify in on the areas in your life you feel the lowest self-esteem, you feel the least confident, the places in your life that you genuinely want to shift. So the different places or areas of your life that I feel are the most prominent are personal development, health, finances, environment, relationships, and career. So there's 6. These are the 6 most prominent, or I feel like the most substantial, if you're gonna group different areas of your life, right? If I'll repeat these one more time in case you want to hurry and get out your phone and jot these down in your notes, or if you have a journal in front of you, you can hurry and write these down. But the 6 different areas are personal development, health, finances, environment, relationships, and career. Again, these narrow it down, really magnify in your life, and say, if I could pick one area in my life that I feel would domino into other areas of my life, right? If you are feeling like you have a lot of personal development, like you're really smart, you're reading a lot of books, you're listening to a lot of podcasts, whatever, it will domino effect into your health, right? Because if you're doing all these things in your personal development, you're going to naturally want to upgrade your health. And in that, you're going to naturally want to upgrade your career, finances, environment, and so on and so on and so on, right? These will domino effect. So instead of saying, I want to upgrade every area of my life, I'm really stressed, everything needs to be fixed, everything in my life has gone to shit, I don't know what to do anymore, I'm freaking out. Just pick one. Take a deep breath. Trust me on this. Just pick one for now, right? We will build on this. We're building healthy habits. So pick the area in your life that you feel is the most unstable, the one that it's affecting your self-esteem the most. The one, like I said, that if you could change this one aspect of yourself, it would domino effect into every other aspect of your life. So once you have picked that, then we are going to pick one small sustainable goal with the intention to upgrade or shift that area of your life. So don't just, let me give you some examples, because this can get a little tricky. This can get kind of a little miscommunicated. So if, let's say you picked finances, that's the area of your life that you're struggling with the most, that if you could just get your finances under control, everything else would be upgraded, right? So let's say I said that you picked finances and the goal you chose was to put $100 into your savings account every week. For some people, that sounds really manageable, right? But if just saying the goal stresses you out, maybe that's not the goal you should choose yet. Maybe that's not the habit that you're ready for yet. Maybe that's not something that is manageable for you yet, right? Putting $100 in your bank account every week, if it's causing more stress than you already have, you're setting yourself up for failure. Again, let me give you another example. If, let's say, your health was the area in your life that you're like, if I could just feel good in the morning, if my body just felt right, if I could just lose the 15 pounds, I would love myself, which is a horrible phrase to say in itself. You should love yourself already as is, right? And I also want to preface that this is something that should be added to any inner work you're doing, right? Add like affirmations and positive self-talk and all of these things. And I know most of the time, a lot of these spiritual teachers teach that in order to change on a physical level, you first have to change on a spiritual level or on an identity level. You have to identify as something different. But what I have seen in my own life and lives around me, that if you can start with small, sustainable goals, that it will transform your identity level, right? You will gain that inner trust. Sometimes we do need the physical proof. So if you are in a spot in your life where you're like, I just need some progress, I just need the physical proof, I just need to see that this works, then I think this will be a really good outlet for you. But I am also a very, very strong believer that there is no right or wrong way to do something. There is just actions and consequences. So if you decide to take action on something, you're going to have to agree to the consequences, or you are subconsciously agreeing to the consequences, right? If you can say drugs are bad all day long, snorting heroin, or not snorting, that shows my freaking knowledge of drugs. Let's say snorting cocaine, right? Something that people would label as bad. It's not necessarily bad, it just has negative consequences, right? Consequences of that would maybe be being arrested, or it's illegal, or not even to mention the health consequences, right? I'm kind of getting off track, but we're gonna rewind back to my example. So let's say that for your lowest area in your life, you picked health, right? If I could just lose the 10 pounds, if I could just feel better in my body, then I would, every single other area in my life would be upgraded. And in this, if losing weight or anything in that context is your goal, I would, again, if it makes you feel stressed, if it makes you feel overwhelmed, if it makes you feel shitty about yourself, that is not the goal you should be choosing. We want to set you up for success. So if you picked health and your goal was to run 3 miles every morning when you have never even been able to run a half a mile, that's not a goal you're going to stick to. That's a goal that you are going to make. You are going to maybe do one day and then hate yourself even more because you couldn't do it and then give up. And that's the cycle that we want to get out of. That's the cycle that we're trying to break out of. So now I want to give you a few examples of some healthy goals that you could pick. Some very small, sustainable goals that you can choose from. And I want this goal, again, within context, something that takes 5 minutes or less and for 30 days or less. And again, in context, if you are someone, like I said, that's at your lowest of lows, this is a good place for you to start. If you're someone, like I said, who doesn't even want to wake up in the morning or doesn't even know where to start, doesn't know what goals to make, doesn't know what's going to improve their life, this is a very good time scale for you to start in. Again, in context, if you are someone who already has a few goals, a few healthy habits, but you want to build a couple more, you want to build your confidence, you want to build your self-esteem, maybe you can expand that time scale a little more, right? But my whole point is that we want to set ourselves up for success. Don't make a goal of something that stresses you out, that makes you feel like shit, something that you can't even do in the first place. We want it to be sustainable, something that will challenge you a tiny bit, but at the end of the 30 days or 15 days or 10 days, whatever you choose to commit to, right? 30 days or less, that you will feel better about yourself. You can say, I made it through the 15 days and I feel so good. I'm so happy that I did that and I want to do something more. That's what we want to get out of this. I hope this is making sense for you guys. But yes, we want to get at the end of the 15 days, the end of the 10 days, the end of the 30 days, whatever you choose. And I want you to end it with, I feel so good that I finished that. I can't believe I actually did it. Let's do more. I want to do more. I want to build on this. I want it to feel good. I want you to be saying, yes, I want to do this. And again, it should be a little bit of a challenge, right? So if you're struggling getting out of bed in the morning, then set a really small goal for yourself. But if you're already getting up in the morning and you have a really good morning routine that feels good for you, then do it in context, right? Add something that is a big enough challenge, but also easy enough for you to commit to and follow through with. All right, so again, I'm going to give you some examples of some healthy goals you could set in context. Let's say you chose environment. Your environment is just really shitty right now. You hate the space you're in, you hate the room you're in, you hate the people you live with, whatever it is. An environment can be really kind of a tricky one just because sometimes it can be out of your hand. But what if you just made the goal of making your bed every morning? Takes less than 5 minutes, very quick, and you get to crawl into a made bed at night. And maybe that's something that doesn't affect you very well, but I know for me, making my bed in the morning is a really big deal for me, and I love it, and it's something I've implemented and built on, and it really helps just making you feel like your room is more put together or wherever you are living. So let's say that's your goal. That's it. That's all you do. You commit to making your bed every morning for 15 days or 20 days, whatever you choose, whatever feels best for you, whatever feels best for your body. Again, there is no right or wrong. There is no wrong way. If you don't do it for at least 30 days, it's not gonna stick, right? There's no doing this wrong. It's just gaining trust with yourself, gaining confidence that you can do it, and gaining trust with your intuition that you know what you need. Because you do. It's in there. I promise you it's in there. If you just listen, your body knows what you need. Your mind knows what you need. Your intuition knows what you need. You just have to listen. So really, really listen in. I want you to really trust yourself on this and say, I want to, again, make my bed for 10 days. That's it. And if at the end of the 10 days, you really enjoyed it, you felt so good, and let's say you want to add in cleaning. Let's say I want to clean, if your room's really messy, your environment's really messy, or there's a bunch of areas in your house, whoops, sorry, I just bumped my water. If there's a bunch of areas in your house that need to be organized, let's just say you choose, I'm going to clean for at least 10 minutes every day until each space is organized. Something like that, right? Something very simple, very sustainable, in context with your life, how you feel, and setting yourself up for success. Because that is what's going to build your confidence, and then it will domino effect into harder, more difficult goals throughout the day, or not throughout the day, throughout your life. Okay, I want to give you one more example of a healthy habit that you could choose. So again, our areas of life were personal development, health, fitness, environment, relationships, and career. Let's say you chose personal development, and something very easy that you could do was to listen to a podcast of your choice, something that you would learn from, something you're interested in, something that's exciting you, right? Something that's calling to you. 5 minutes a day, that's it. You commit to 5 minutes. If you have time for more, you do more. If you have time for 30 minutes, you do 30 minutes, but you're committing to at least 5 minutes every day. Very sustainable, very easy. You can do it on your way to work. You can do it while you're getting ready in the morning. You can do it while at the gym. You can do it on a run. You can do it whenever, right? Whenever is perfect for you. Very sustainable, very easy, very something that you could do, something you could commit to, something that will make you feel good, something that will help you grow, something that will build on itself, right? And if you get to the end of the 15 days, 30 days, 20 days, whatever you committed to, and it felt really, really good, then commit to maybe switching to a book and say, I want to read a personal development book for 10 minutes every day, or 10 pages every day, right? Build on it and build on it and build on it. And I promise you, you will start to trust yourself more. You will start to feel more confident that you can pull through with goals, that you can commit something and you can follow through with it, that you can trust yourself, that you can listen to yourself, that your body knows what you need, that your mind knows what you need, that your spirit knows what you need. It is such a magical experience when you get to that point where you're like, wow, this is working, I see it. And then you eventually want it. Not only do you see it and you need it, but you want it. You want to change. You want more. You want to learn more. You want to grow more. You crave it, right? That's what we want to get to. I want you to want it for yourself. Not need it, not do it out of guilt, not do it out of shame, not do it because you feel that you are not worthy enough, not do it because you feel that someone won't love you if you don't. I want you to do this for you. And I don't want you to do it until you can get to that point of doing it for you. I want you to do it for yourself so that you can grow, so that your mind can grow, so that your body can grow. All right, step 3, pick a start date and visualize yourself finishing and committing, or committing and finishing whatever goal you set for yourself. I'm gonna take a drink really quick, sorry. Ooh, I was thirsty. Again, let me repeat step 3. Pick a start date and visualize yourself committing and finishing whatever goal you set for yourself. Begin with an end in mind. Begin with intention. Begin with what you want to feel like in the end, right? And I also want to make it very clear, if you pick a goal and it's not feeling good for you, don't be afraid to drop it, right? If it's feeling really good and you're dropping it just because you feel that you can't do it anymore, or you feel like it's too much, if you set yourself up for failure, you might be feeling this way. But if you picked a small sustainable goal, I want you to push through it unless you have a very bad reaction within your body. So let's say you picked health and your goal was to make a smoothie every morning and drink whatever protein smoothie or green smoothie or whatever, and for some reason the smoothie just in the morning, it's not feeling good with your stomach, it's making you feel sick throughout the day. That's an example of a goal that you can drop. Try again, switch it, right? Try something different. Not drop the health, picking a goal for your health in general, but just simply switching it up a little bit. Maybe just eating a piece of fruit in the morning, or having one fruit and one vegetable a day. That's something really easy. That's a goal that I set for myself at some point in time when I really wanted to upgrade my diet. All I did was I made the goal. I'm not kidding you guys. I ate one fruit and one vegetable every day. That was my commitment. That was my goal. And I still pretty much do that for the most part. But again, I like that. I want this to become not only a habit for you, but I want it to transform into your lifestyle. So I want this goal to be something very simple that becomes something you don't even think about anymore. That it's in your life, it's what you do, it's who you are, and it makes you feel good and you love doing it. So again, if that's smoothie or whatever goal you set for yourself, or even let's say you set a goal for fitness or I guess that would be health to run in the morning. I want to run for 5 minutes, but for some reason your knees are just really hurting. You can't run because you're having really stiff knees or sharp pains. Again, that's an example of something that you can shift, right? Still do something for your fitness, but maybe 5 minutes of yoga instead. You can shift it, you can change it, you can get creative, find something that works for you. It's not about right or wrong, it's about what feels good for you. Everyone's body is different, right? It's like what quote is that? I think it's Dr. Seuss, maybe? No, Albert Einstein? I don't remember, but it's like if you judge a fish on its ability to climb a tree, it's stupid, right? A fish can't climb a tree. I can't remember the exact quote. I wish I could, but it's the idea that just because running feels really, really good for someone doesn't mean it's right for you. It's all in context. It has to feel good for you or you're setting yourself up for failure. All right. So pick a start date and visualize yourself committing and finishing whatever goal you set for yourself. That was step 3. I keep getting off on tangents, so distracted as usual, but we're here for it. That's the reality of my podcast, and that's the reality of my personality. So I hope you guys love it as much as I do. But again, I feel like picking a start date is so important because so many times we set a goal and that's it. You set it and nothing happens because you don't pick a start date. So whether you pick a goal and you do all this and you feel really good about it, you pick something sustainable in context for you and you're excited about it, it feels good for your body, and you write it down and then it doesn't go anywhere. No, I don't want that to happen to you. I want you to pick a start date, whether it's the next day or you need a few days to calibrate and visualize and meditate and get yourself prepared mentally, physically, spiritually, whatever you need. That's perfect. That's divine. That's awesome. Even if you choose to start in a month, it's not wrong. It's not bad. I promise. There's just actions and consequences. So if you pick your start date in a month, just know that you're not going to start building these healthy habits for another month. So you just have to decide, right? You just have to decide what feels best for yourself. Or let's say you have a trip coming up soon and you want to wait until after the trip. That's fine. That's perfect. That's beautiful. Like, I'm not kidding. Whatever feels best for you, just pick a start date. So you want to start at the beginning of a week, you want to start at the end of the week, you want to start at midnight on a Wednesday, it doesn't matter. just pick a start date and stick to it. So once you've picked your start date, I want you to visualize yourself committing and finishing whatever goal you set for yourself. This is so important and so powerful to visualize yourself already finishing the goal, because It has been proven that your subconscious mind, whatever you think, whatever you picture in your head, is happening IRL, in real life, in some realm, in some reality. Your brain doesn't know the difference of thinking, visualizing, between actually doing. So if you want to look up different studies on this, you can, but it is fact. It is true. So visualizing is so important, and it's so powerful for you to actually get your mind ready, get your body ready to commit to this goal. And you can see yourself finishing it. You can see how you feel at the end of it, right? Close your eyes and picture yourself starting, doing it every day, getting to the end. How do you feel? How do you look? What's going on in your head? What goal are you going to do next, right? Feel that momentum. Feel that momentum of already doing it. Feel that momentum as if it's already done. And that will push you through. That will guide you through. And then step 4 is to get to the end and then pick a bigger challenge and repeat the process. And that's it, you guys. That is my 4-step process, my 4-step method to building healthy habits. And again, this is something I do in my life, something that family and friends do around me, something that I've taught to a few of my clients, people I've done tarot readings for. It works. And it's so powerful once you feel that momentum. It's so powerful, and it's kind of crazy how fast things become a part of your identity, how fast the momentum builds. Even though making your bed for 15 days in a row sounds kind of mundane, and maybe it can sound stupid, and maybe in your head you're thinking, yeah, that's dumb, I'm not doing that. I want you to go do some inner work, maybe hire a coach, do some shadow work, and then come back. It's time for you to dig deep because you've got some work to do. But I promise you guys, this is so, so, so important. Building healthy habits is something that has really transformed me and so many people around me. Just starting small and letting the domino effect take place. Starting small with sustainable goals, starting small with something that you can do easily and letting it build on itself, right? Let's say, I want to give you one more example of doing this all the way through, right? So let's say you picked, I want to shift my health. I just picked health because that's the easiest one for me to come up with an example for. So let's say you picked health and you chose, I want to meditate for 5 minutes every day. Yes, I do think this is something you can do for your health. Let's say you chose that and you meditate for 5 minutes every day and it felt so good. And at the end of it, you're doing 20 minutes without even realizing it because you want to, because it feels good. And then at the end of that, you're saying, well, I love meditating, so I bet I'd really like doing yoga. And then you start doing yoga 5-10 minutes every day, and it just becomes a part of your practice. And then you start doing yoga and it feels so good, and you're seeing shifts, you're seeing changes in your body, you're starting to feel better, you're doing the breath work and it's feeling really good for you. And then you think, well, what more can I do? I want to build strength. I want to build endurance. I want to be able to be faster, stronger. I want to do these different transitions, these poses. So you start going to the gym because you want to, not because you have to. And I make that clear so many times because it is so important. Because if you are not doing this for you, if you are not doing this because you want to, if you are not doing this to shift yourself, your own perspective, not someone else's perspective of you, your perspective of you, your trust in yourself, your confidence in yourself, then it's not going to work. You're setting yourself up for failure. You need to do some inner work and then come back. But if you, like I said, you'll start going to the gym because that feels really good for you. And then you start going to the gym, and then let's say you're feeling really good and you're seeing changes again, you're feeling your momentum, and then you say, I want to eat better. I want to start eating better. I want to start feeling better. Again, the key word is I want to. I want to do it. I feel the need. I feel the pull. I feel it within my body, within my soul to want to. And that is where the shift will happen. And this is a slow process, you guys. It's fast in the sense where, right, you can set habits 15, 20 days at a time, 30 days at a time. I would say 30 is you'll see the most change, and slow and steady wins the race. So again, do it in context. If you feel like it's an easy goal that you can do for 30 days, set it for 30 days. If you want to do a trial run for 10 days and you do 10 days and you love it and you want to extend it, do that. Again, really get creative, play with it, play with the method, play with the system, and see what works best for you. But I promise you guys, at the end of it, the habits will start building, you'll start gaining the momentum, and then it'll get faster. It'll start happening faster, and all of these goals and habits that you set for yourself 2 months ago will start to become a part of your identity. It'll start to become who you are. It'll start to become what you are, and you'll want to grow, you'll want to learn, you'll want to expand because it feels so good. And that is what I want for you guys. So that is the end of this podcast episode. I hope you guys loved it as much as I loved recording it. And I also, there was something, before I go, I wanted to let you guys know that I am no longer offering tarot readings from the start of July. So up till the end of June, I am offering $22 3-card spreads. And that's the lowest price I've ever offered them at. They're usually $33, so it's $10 off. And I'm only offering these up till the end of June. So if you have been wanting to get a tarot reading from me, if it's something that you're interested in, if it's something where you've been like, I really want one of those, but hasn't been the time yet, now is your time. I wish I had written down somewhere the different spreads I'm offering in front of me, but let's see if I can remember. I think I'm doing past, present, future. That's one of them. And then I'm doing what you need to give more of, the heart of the matter, what you need to receive more of. That's another one. And then I'm doing, I can't remember. I wish I could. But if you're interested, if this is something that you want, if you've never gotten a tarot reading before, or you've gotten one from me before and you want to get one more before I'm not offering them anymore, I would love to do a reading for you. You can reach out to me on Instagram, DM me, and say, I'm interested in getting a tarot reading from you. What are my options? I would love to answer any questions, comments, concerns for you, and give you your magical tarot reading. Tarot is something I love to do. It is something that is so close to my heart. But I just don't feel in alignment with offering them anymore. I will always read my own tarot cards. I will always read tarot cards of my close friends, family. And I also am playing with the idea of offering tarot readings in my new upcoming project. And I don't want to say any more about what it is yet, but I am creating something so exciting right now. And I'm putting all of my focus into that, and that is why I no longer feel in alignment with offering tarot readings. So again, I am only offering 3-card spreads up to the end of June. DM me on Instagram at LibbyLogic, LibbyLogik, or you can email me at it's olivia.larson@libbylogic.com. Email me with any questions, concerns, comments. I'd love to answer those for you. I love you all so much. Thank you so much for supporting this podcast, supporting me, supporting my message, supporting my journey, and in me supporting your journey. I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your day, wherever you are in the world, and I will see you next time. Bye. Mwah. Libby here again. I just wanted to thank you so much for following your intuition and pushing play today. Remember that if you enjoyed listening to this episode, the best way you can support me is by leaving a review or taking a screenshot so you can share this podcast with friends, family, or fellow witches who you know would love to get in on the magic. If you are craving even more empowering content that comes straight from a witch's mouth, you can find me on Instagram at LibbyLogic, LibbyLogik, or on my website at libbylogic.com. Until next time.